Cold, wet and very windy conditions greet the competitors at Carradine Beach on the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal as they get ready to start on the annual Swatch 5 Beaches Surfski race. The entrants will have to deal with high surf and swells as well as the weather, as the format of the race brings them through the surf zone on 5 occasions.
But I mean, the good ski paddlers will like these conditions because once we turn around, we'll actually run with this weather down to Toti. So it'll be actually a much quicker race than last year. It'll be fast. And the good paddlers like Oscar and Herman, who sort of are training for some overseas races, they'll be running downwind with this. We'll actually have a lot of, once we get out there, we'll be having a lot of fun.
The race organizer takes the canoeists through a final briefing session to ensure that there are no problems once at sea. The first section goes 300 meters south before rounding a buoy and then turning back north for the rest of the race. The one positive aspect of the weather is that the wind comes from behind once they've passed the first buoy. Oscar Chalupski, arguably South Africa's most renowned and decorated surfski paddler, will be looking for the best entry point into the sea. It's the doubles who get underway first. Bruce Venker and Mike Davies have found the best entry point and get off to a great start. Over 50 double skis have entered the event, making it highly competitive. Most of the paddlers have a canoeing background and loads of experience. They'll have to draw on every ounce of that experience, as the surf on a day like this will create problems. After a 2-minute interval, the single skis get underway. Oscar's brother Herman has also entered the race and will no doubt not stand back for his brother in any way. It's going to be a tough race. As expected, the waves play havoc with some of the entrants. Losing their paddles and some even being unseated creates endless problems. The battle to retrieve paddles and skis is not easy, and valuable energy is lost, which could well have an influence on the race later on. At this stage of the race, the competitors are still tightly bunched, and getting in each other's way is par for the course, as everyone's looking for the best point of entry. Ahead of them lies a 12-kilometer point-to-point course with 3 beachings before the finish at Pipeline. The competitors have to beach at Carradine, Winkelspruit and Warner Beach before setting off for the finish at Pipeline. The conditions at the start were bad in the extreme, which almost resulted in the cancellation of the event.
I don't think that the rainy conditions are necessarily a problem. The thing that we worry about is obviously the surf, how big the surf gets. Fortunately today, although there are some big peaks, it's not a huge day as such, okay? Visibility is okay, it's not too bad, but the wind's a bit tricky because the wind's coming a bit from the side. We were hoping to have a downwind race where the wind came directly from behind, but that hasn't been the case.
Brett Pengeli and Wayne Volek are leading the way, beaching at Carradine. Next out of the water, Scott Rutherford and Dale Barthow, who represent South Africa at the World Sprint Championships in Europe next month. Durbanite Greg Fazell hits the beach, strain etched all over his face. This race is fiercely competitive with no quarter asked for and none given. Gary Clark and Fred Daisel are hot on the heels of George Green and his partner. The miserable weather is not able to keep away supporters and spectators. Oscar Chalupski is the favorite to win, and here he shows why. Dragging his boat out of the water with him as he beaches saves him a lot of time on the re-entry. There goes Oscar back into the water and setting off at a furious pace. No wonder, as brother Herman is hot on his heels. The surf conditions made for some spectacular scenes as the paddlers plow their way through the waves. A certain degree of danger is involved, but the joy and excitement are that much higher. Making the most of the swell, Grant Beck Rangers and Ian Lambert try to stay with the faster Fen design skis of the front runners, which are more suitable for long distances. The rain stops, much to the delight of Greg Fazell and Anton Fouché. Jason Callister and Colin Simpkins hit the beach at Winkelspruit to run around the marker on the beach. Disaster has struck for Oscar Chalupski. He's hit some rocks at Winkelspruit, which has damaged his rudder. End of the road for him.
Well, these things happened. When there were some rocks there, this is very low tide, and my rudder caught on and then bent the wrong way, and when I tried to straighten it, my rudder cable snapped. These things happen. It's an old ski, and it can happen, you know. So it's tough at the top. I was very happy with my performance up to then, because I was racing against Herman. I was quite a long way ahead already.
With a rainbow in the background, it's off out to sea again. The finish is close. Brett Pengeli and Wayne Volek put in that final sprint. Herman Chalupsky, with the withdrawal of his brother, is now the leader of the single ski race. The finish at Pipeline, Amanzimtoti, Brett Pengeli and Wayne Volek are exhausted but have such a lead that they can walk to the final marker, which serves as the finish line. It's a final test of surf skills right to the finish. Like the winners of the double ski, Herman Chalupsky is so far in front of his nearest rival that he too can walk to the finish line. The Swatch 5 Beaches is proving to be a challenge which promises to grow from strength to strength as it attracts entrants from all age groups and parts of the country.
There was quite a big wave at Winkle, I think, and a couple of guys got hammered going out, but managed to get through everything and come through unscathed.
Wayne Volek and Brett Pengeli cover the 12 kilometers in 1 hour, 1 minute and 2 seconds. Herman Chalupsky takes first in the singles in 1 hour, 4 minutes and 4 seconds.